This is a 1964 Ford Galaxie 500, and it's a really great car. This is one of the favorites that I've had. This has got a really great story, and it's really a find. It's got 45,250 miles on it as I start this trip, and that is original. This might be one of the best driving Galaxies that I've ever had. It's got a tilt-away steering wheel, which is really cool. That's a very rare option. Very rare option for a Galaxie. They put them in Thunderbirds, but they only put 100 or so of these tilt-away, slide-away steering wheels in these Galaxies. So I'm going to pull over in a parking lot and show you around the car in a minute. So I'll start off my video by telling you the cool story on this car. We got this car from the estate of a lady who had recently passed away. She was the original owner, and she was a young widow when she bought the car, wealthy. The vehicle was ordered, special order from the factory with some special options I'm going to show you in a minute. And it was ordered by the Stone Mountain Ford dealer owner who bought it for his wife. So this was the boss's wife's special ordered car. So the family story goes, the lady who bought this car was at the Ford dealership looking at Galaxies. She saw this one. She'd looked at another one, a couple of other ones, but she saw this one. She said, "How much is that one? That's the one I want." And the salesman said, "That one's not for sale. It belongs to the owner's wife. Special order for her." She said, "Well, if I can't have that one, I don't want any of them." And the wise salesperson quickly ran back, talked to the owner, and said, "Would you be willing to sell the car?" And they did. So she got her car, and she drove this car back and forth to school. She was a school teacher, and to the grocery store, and that's about it. And that's why it's only got 45,000 miles on it. So this is a pretty much unrestored car. It has had one repaint, probably about 10 years ago. It's still in great driver condition, the paint job is. And I'll show you when we get out here in a minute. So I'm doing a 55 right now like it's nothing. This is one of the most smooth driving Galaxies I've ever had. I mean, it is just so smooth, straight. It's a Z-Code 390 4-barrel, power steering, power brakes from the factory, option with power windows, power door locks, power bench seat, AM and FM combo factory radio, which is very rare, the slide-away tilt steering wheel, and factory air conditioning. So this is about as fully loaded as you could get for a Galaxie 500 without going to the XL. The only difference in the XL would have been you would have had a bucket seats and a center console. Turn signals work. The car is all original from bumper to bumper, mechanically, original matching numbers, engine, transmission. It purrs like a kitten. It doesn't have any sort of upgraded exhaust or anything. It's still got the old original factory exhaust on it. So it's, you know, really quiet. And for someone who likes the all original style, I mean, you can't beat the story on this car. You can't beat the fact that it's one owner, 45,000 miles. I personally would do two things to this car. Some people might call it blasphemy, but if it was mine, I really like the way these Galaxies look with the 17-inch American racing wheels, gunmetal gray, the 9s in the back and 8s in the front, give it a little stance. I would probably put the American racing wheels on it. Of course, I'd save the original wheels to keep it original style if I wanted it to. And I'd probably put a little bit louder dual exhaust on it, something that sound a little more aggressive. But if you put those wheels on here, the car looks like a totally different car. I mean, we always say around our shop, wheels make cars. So, turn signal again. All of the gauges work. So as I said, this car's not been restored, but it has had some upgrades done to it, or some repairs, if you want to call it. So the brakes have been gone through. It's got a new brake booster, all new brakes, brake lines. The thing stops perfectly. It is power brake system. It's had a very, very thorough engine detail done, and really a full-blown tune-up. We pulled the valve covers off, rebuilt the carburetor, repainted everything. It's got all new fluids, and it's just superb. The power steering works perfectly. The car drives perfectly straight. Doesn't need alignment. It's not pulling to the left or right. It's driving perfectly straight. The engine runs with perfect power. The nice thing about these Galaxies too, they were cruising cars, so the rear end is probably, I'll have to double check it, it's actually on the tag, but I believe the rear end is a 3.0. It's great for cruising. It's not going to give you the off the line jump, but that's not the kind of car that this is. Lights, turn signals, bright lights, windshield wipers, everything works. The only thing that doesn't work on the car is the original radio and the horn right now. So as soon as you put it in park, you can actually slide the steering wheel out of the way. You can hear it just has a factory exhaust. Now you'll hear the exhaust, you'll hear the engine change a little bit. I'll turn the air conditioner on. You can hear the compressor kick on. The air conditioner blows ice cold. Like I said, also factory AM, FM radio. That's very, very rare. Heater blows hot, air conditioner blows cold. Pop the hood. Let you get a listen to this engine. Take a quick look under the hood, and then I'll show you around the rest of the car. So you can see that the compressor is on and turning right now. Blowing cold. Yep, it doesn't take but a second for it to start blowing cold. I'll turn it back off. You can hear the engine just purrs like a kitten. No exhaust leaks. It does sound like the idle's just a touch high. We'll have to adjust that down. We did just, like I said, we did just do the full tune-up on it, so we might just need to drop the idle down a hair. So, absolutely beautiful engine detail. All of your parts brand new looking, but they're original, but they've been wire wheeled and clear coated. Overflow chamber's been brassed, which is very, very nice. Little extra touch. Original gold Thunderbird valve covers. This is an original Thunderbird 390. This is a Z-code car. It has a brand new power booster, new master cylinder. Still retaining the original Fomoco washer fluid bag. Very, very clean detailed undercarriage. Zero rust on this car. This car was babied by the owner, pampered, kept in the garage, always dealer serviced. Like I said, unrestored interior. Door panels in good shape, just a touch of wrinkling along the bottom, as you would expect from it being original. Very presentable interior. One small A little cut there, a little imperfection on the on the center of the seat, but other than that, in great shape. Of course, the back seats always look good when you don't have anybody riding there. And for what I know, the lady was single and with had no children. Pop this real quick. So this is really cool. In the glove box, you find an original glass clear safety mat, very old. This is old original. And this is the original owner's manual. Inside you find Miss Marie J. Polk, like I said, a single woman. And in this little old envelope you still see Marie J. Polk, certified owner for it. I'm trying to hold that to where I don't know if the camera will show it, but 4A66Z160804. And that matches on here. Galaxie 500 two-door HT 8-cylinder. It's got the ignition key number and everything on there. So, of course, this will stay with the car. Put that back in. And I can't tell for sure, but it's quite possible that the dashboard was, the dash cover was redone or replaced. It looks really, really nice. It looks almost too nice to be original. So it's very possible that that was redone. It's very, very nice looking. Now the dash is extremely nice. In very, very nice condition. The black paint are usually flaking on them. On these, this is all really, really nice, and it looks original. It doesn't look to be restored. The slide away option is really cool. All of the gauges work. When I turn the key on, you'll see the temperature gauge go up. See it go up. Same thing with the fuel gauge. So the power windows are a really cool option, and they have not been restored. There you go. Power seat functions. I don't know if you could see it in the video, but you'll be able to hear it. Can you see that moving forward? You can definitely hear it. Let's see if you can see it now. There it goes. That's called a four-way seat because it actually goes up and down too. So, and all four functions work. The clock does not work either. So, and I've never seen one working. So we just put it on 5 o'clock because we figure it's 5 o'clock somewhere. The rear window on the driver's side is a little weak and doesn't want to move very quickly, but it does work. And the rear window on that side is working as well. You know, they're older, and I like to roll these windows up and give them a little help because I don't like to wear down the motors. And that one, the driver's side window is actually seems to be a little bit off track. When it goes down, you push on it just a hair and it stays going down. When it goes up, it goes up just fine. So let me step out of the car and show you around the body. No rust bubbles on the car. Really no dings or scratches that are not, especially nothing significant. Like I said, this is an older paint job. I'm doing a really long video on this car because I really think it deserves it. This is a gorgeous, I mean, how often do you get a Galaxie with only 45,000 original miles who was owned by a woman and always dealer maintained? I mean, this car is freaking sweet. I mean, this is the one that we're all at the shop going like, oh, we should keep it, you know, because it just drives so good. It runs perfect. I mean, you touch the key, it fires right up. It drives with one finger down the road. I mean, you know, these were like the competition to the Cadillac, you know. I mean, this was the nice car. But then again, it was also the car that Ford built for NASCAR. So beautiful straight body. It's black. You're going to see some fingerprints on it for where I've been opening and closing doors. But no rust bubbles, no inconsistencies in the paint really. Very clean around the back. Usually you get rust around the back here, especially on an original low miles car. But that's got perfectly clean. Trunk pan's in excellent shape. Bottoms of the quarters are all in excellent shape. The trunk retains its original spare tire. It also retains the original jack. I mean, this is a rare find. I believe that this chrome is original and it looks to be in great shape. It doesn't look like it's been re-chromed. Beautiful trunk, like I said. Now, I'm sorry, that is not the original spare tire. That's a replacement spare tire, but it's still got the original. Now, this is the original floor mat, which if you look really closely, you'll see that you've got like 60-something-year-old glue on there. They actually glued this thing down at the dealership. I don't even want to pull it up, but I've climbed up underneath there, and we'll show you up in a second. I've looked up underneath the whole thing, and there is no rust in the trunk. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that because I don't want somebody to think, oh, we glued down the pad to hide the rust in the trunk. And the rest of the car's pretty soft. You can tell how clean it is. Original floor pans. Now, keeping in mind that, like I said, this has not been restored. You know, the floor pans have got the old undercoating on them, and you know, they don't look like Barrett Jackson, you know, all super cleaned up and dressed up for the, you know, undercarriage, you know, dressed up for the prom. Very, very clean and nice, though. H-pipe from the factory. Like I said, super clean underneath. I'll go all the way under. Like I said, new brake lines. You can see. Now that's the original brake lines on the metal brake lines, but you can see that the brakes will be redone, and the rubber lines have all been replaced. The Ford 9-inch rear end. Rust-free floor pans, rust-free frame rails. Little dirt dauber there. Looks like not unusual, but that's not rust. Just wanted to show that. So there you have it. It's a very beautiful car, a very beautiful story, and I think this is a really cool opportunity for whoever buys this car to own a rare piece of American history and to have a true one-owner 1964 Galaxie with only 45,000 original miles on it. That's in daily driver condition. I mean, this car doesn't need anything to be driven right now. I mean, I'm driving it. Now that the weather's nice, I'm rolling the windows all the way down and I'm driving this sucker. It's beautiful. I'm going to put a few miles on it before somebody buys it because I want to enjoy it before it leaves the shop. But I think somebody's going to have a great time with it. It's beautiful. It doesn't need anything to be driven as is, and it's a great car that you could drive while you continue to restore it if you want to tinker with it, maybe redo the interior or anything like that that you'd want to do. Not necessarily that I think that it needs it, but it'll be up to the new owner to do what they want to with it. So here you have it, all original matching numbers, black on black, Galaxie 500, fully loaded, power steering, power brakes,